So we need a couple glasses too here in car 1 as well. Oh, looks like we need some in car 2. Just keep those hands up if you need glasses. We'll bring them out to you. And it looks like it is just about that time. Simon Pegg, tell the people what time it is.
Time to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Bring the noise. What do you have on hand?
My God, so it's just a blues riff and beat. Watch me for the changes and try to keep up.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. She did not let it down the rain. She don't know that she got me wrong. You make me wanna
Alright, it looks like it is getting close to time to hit the road. Everybody throw your hands up. Turn to the side way behind. Everybody in line. Bye. Sounds like your hands are all together for the most important person on our tour. Jared, our driver! Final touches the two of us either. We're going to kick us off as my co-host for the tour and the host of the Tonight Show, and That's My Jam on NBC, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
That's okay.
Hi there.
Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. You got the very best guy.
Lino.
And the greatest driver.
Jared.
You're the best. I love it. Even though
Lino.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That is right. We have some important safety rules. First and foremost, if you need any guest assistance, if you have a medical emergency, or you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or sound or video issues or anything, no worries. Reach up and grab that ready board that runs right down the center of the ceiling of the tram. I'll go back and assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, please do remain seated at all times with your arms and legs inside the vehicle. There's no smoking of any kind on the tour, and be prepared because the tour features sudden tram movements, loud noises, fire effects, and water effects. So definitely have out your cameras. You're gonna take awesome photos, but make sure you keep those cameras protected. And for your safety and the safety of everybody on board, please no selfie sticks on board the tour. Now, to our background, this road we call our timeline. On the right, though, that's the Starway, the big escalator that takes you to the lower lot of the park. We are literally a real working theme park directly next to a real working movie street. But Universal, we're actually an entire city. Here at Universal City Studios. Our founder, Carl Lindley, had a dream to create an entire city all dedicated to making movies and to entertaining you guys. Now, over 100 years later, we're still keeping that dream alive. Now, because we are a real city, and everything a real city would need. So some people ask me what this fire station on the right is a set from. This isn't a set. This is the actual fire department for Universal City Fire Station 51. If you've seen Emergency, we named the fire station after that show. But if you watch Chicago Fire, you're also Fire Station 51. It's kind of become like a little Easter egg. We'll hide it here at NBC Universal Productions as a tribute to the real heroes out here in our city. But filmmakers love it because our entire city is designed for production. Production actually has 3 parts. There's production, has a lighting, casting, and ready to film. Production, under filming, and post-production, editing everything, doing test screens, marketing campaigns. If everything they can need for all 3 phases, all in one place. And on the left, you'll see they're working on this building that has the Voice logo painted on the side. We call these sound stages. The Voice used to film inside of that one. They moved to one of our brand new sound stages.
Coming from The Voice and Schumer Show, right here in Stage 31. One of the newest stages on the lot, actually. The state-of-the-art sound stages allow us to bring the show to life from the lines to the laughs and everything in between.
Well, these sound stages, because when the doors are closed, it's about 98% soundproof inside of there. So you can build any sort of set that you want inside of those stages. Close the doors and it keeps nice and for us. The ones on the left recently were used for the second season of Cold War shows Bel Air that airs on NBC's streaming service, Peacock.
You just gotta be whatever you get. So what is you put egg on the cheese? You put cheese on the eggs, on the cheese. It's right. Whoa, let me see if you can go. It's gotta be a lot. Probably fits the whole belly cast and crew. You know, we gotta get one of these for next. For sure. You're lucky for y'all. The base only natural lives right here on the Universal lot. Right. Some of Bella's most pivotal scenes have been filmed right here. Jabari, what have been your most memorable moments? Come on, there's something to choose from. You know, out here before your son, the real first enters, and at that moment, his life changes forever. What about you? Well, the Bella Academy gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit in that cold glass bath for hours. That was very fun. I can't feel my toes. No, but seriously, my favorite part of this lot is the talented crew who put it all together. Hair, wardrobe, makeup, set design, props, and transportation. Yes, yo, Transfor's the best. Yeah, they got the sweetest rides for us to play with. Actually, speaking of, we're gonna get a ride like this. We better go talk to Transfor now and let these people get back to their tour. Yeah, that sounds good to me. As long as I get to drive. Oh, not if I got the keys. Oh, nothing. Oh, man.
Talking about the vehicles that we use for filming. Probably heard actors say, "I'll be in my trailer." We have trailers or mobile dressing rooms for our stars, but also makeup trailers, wardrobe trailers, basically anything you would want for filming. We want to be mobile because we don't only film inside of the stages. We also film out of our back lot. We can film on location. We can go to a real place. We can even rent out studio space on other lots too. And on the right, you'll see our vineyards hanging out in front of the illumination side. Mentioned we can do our pre-production and post-production on our lot as well. Illumination is the company that brought us Despicable Me, The Secret Life of Pets, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. They have their offices right out here on our lot. So does Seth MacFarlane. So we've been filming recently is the prequel series for Ted. And over on the left, there's Ted himself toasting us with a very dirty martini. It's been outside for a minute. But those offices are right behind Ted, and these buildings we call production buildings. Now, originally, those were built to be dressing rooms for stars like Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Lucille Ball, Jimmy Stewart. Because in the 20s, all the way up until the late 40s, a totally different system. It was called the studio system, or the contract player days, because the actors would sign one contract with one movie studio and only do movies for that studio on that studio's lot. So instead of a trailer or a mobile dressing room, they would get their own personal permanent dressing room. So these were built kind of like little apartments for our stars. But now they're offices for some of the top writers, directors, and producers in all of Hollywood. It's been the case for a while too. In fact, you'll be able to pick out my favorite production bungalow, 5195, because you'll see the infamous silhouette of Sir Alfred Hitchcock painted on the side. That was his office when he filmed Alfred Hitchcock Presents out on our lot. And coming up, you're going to see a couple of the brand new sound stages Kelly Clarkson was talking about. It's incredibly convenient that these were built so close to our back lot as opposed to the stages we pass on the front lot. Because the first production of film inside of there was Hairspray Live with Jennifer Hudson and Ariana Grande. Since it was a live production, they could film all the interior scenes inside of the stage. Then during the commercial break, just run across the street to our Metropolitan sets that they dress up to look like Baltimore. We can dress these sets up to look like any city that we want. In fact, this street we're passing by, we call our New York Street because of how often we dress it up to look like New York. Actually, you know what? My co-host Jimmy Fallon is in the real New York right now. He's filming the Tonight Show. Let's just bring him in via satellite. See how large that's measure up. Jimmy, you there?
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
On your screen, you're seeing some different photos of productions that are filmed out here. I want to point out one building in particular. On your screen, do you see the kind of peachy beige looking building right there in the very center? As we round this wall, this is it. So we can look at that, we can tell that that's totally fake. That's because we have 2 eyes or 2 lenses, so we can tell depth perception. The camera only has a single lens. So you can see on screen, it looks a lot more realistic. This is a technique called trompe-l'oeil, basically this fancy French term means woolly eye. They make detailed shadows, even the reflections of the buildings across the street into the windows. And as long as it's in the background, it looks like a real building. And if our actors are going to be standing in front of one of our sets, we're going to want to use one of our HD-friendly sets that we have over here on the right. Even though these are totally fake too. All the brick, stone, tile out here, it's made out of fiberglass or plastic. They can come out here, they can paint these buildings any color they want. They can literally rip the sidings off the buildings and put brand new sidings up. Totally changes the look. In fact, every single scene that you see here on your screen is filmed at the exact same spot on our Metropolitan sets. The only thing that changed is what we call our production design, or how they dress these sets up to look. Now, our directors love how versatile these sets are too. We've worked with some incredible directors. John Landis turned us into Chicago for the movie The Blues Brothers. Another one of my favorites, Peter Jackson, actually came to this area of our lot just to make a little something special for you guys.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 to 9 years old. I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life. Sweep you up to the adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you encounter monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. It was great. Right. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Alright, y'all, I got a feeling this is going to be a bumpy ride, so hold on tight to all of your loved ones. And by that I mean your cell phones, your iPads, your purses, your bags. You don't want to lose anything in here. Be sure to remain seated at all times with your arms and legs inside the vehicle. And prepare yourselves, because we're going back to Skull Island.
Oh, you don't need your glasses.
to the scene just a little bit. Look at this ship on your screen, this train on the right. Those are perfect examples of what we call picture cars. I know neither one of those is a car like we would drive, but the term picture car just refers to any vehicle caught on camera and seen by an audience. We can use them to literally set the scene. Like, we want our metropolitan sets to look like New York City. Take a handful of our fake New York City taxi cabs and have them drive in a big circle over and over. And it looks like dozens and dozens of them going by on a busy day. Now check it out on your screens. This is Tom Selleck driving the infamous Magnum PI Ferrari. This is a real Ferrari, but you see the interior is beige. Why don't you drive away? The interior changes to black. Get your cameras ready. This is actually their stunt car. It's coming up over here on the left-hand side as part of a collection of some of our favorite picture cars. Even though this Ferrari, I call her Faux-Rari. So it's really just a Ferrari shell over a dune buggy with a Volkswagen engine. That way if they accidentally wreck it doing any of those crazy stunts, they don't have to worry about paying to replace a Ferrari. Also have vehicles from American Graffiti, Back to the Future, the Flintstones, Harry Potter. We also have some vehicles from Jurassic World. And speaking of Jurassic World, what do you guys say we take a little vacation? Maybe head to a little jungle island off the coast of Costa Rica, or in other words. Oh my God.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We're gonna check out some of the prop set dressings and picture cars from all three of the original Jurassic Park films, including the Jeep coming up on the right that also made a cameo in Jurassic World. But in the third movie, Lost World Jurassic Park, there's an epic scene where Julianne Moore and Vince Vaughn's characters are stuck inside the mobile lab. It's like this big two-car RV. And an angry T-Rex comes up and starts pushing the whole vehicle off the side of a cliff.
I know that.
We use the actual vehicle that they were driving around in at the beginning of the movie. That thing is heavy. It's made out of metal, way too difficult to maneuver for a scene where it's supposed to be hanging off the side of a cliff. So we kind of created our own version of a stunt car for that scene. Look close. This version is made entirely out of lightweight balsa wood. It's only painted to make it look like it's made out of metal. In fact, for the most part, the only real metal out here is for our cages, but they do have to be real because they hold a kind of... We got the Dilophosaurus, look out! Oh, she got me! Oh Our front lot. We just use it to look like a cliff. You see the trees on either side of the vehicle? Those are made out of foam rubber. This is pretty cool how they did this too. To make it look like Julianne Moore is falling here, they just filmed this scene in reverse. She sometimes would keep the back in the air. They're like spat off like this. But there is an effect in this scene you might not even thought about. The rain. Anytime you see a giant rainstorm like that one on camera, we have to create that ourselves. So we got our crew all set up to get started. So to make the rain, we just take sprinklers, kind of like what you would use to water your lawn. They're already out with the camera up on these poles. The trick is, instead of spraying the water down, you gotta spray the water up into the air. Then it falls naturally to earth. It looks more like real rain. Hey guys! Now gonna go right underneath the bridge where it's pumped back up to the top of the hill so it can be released and recycled Right now we are headed to our western sets. If you saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt filmed right out here, you can see on your screen, all we have to do is cover up the concrete we're driving on now with dirt, add in our props, set dressings, western attire, and most importantly, our dueling cowboys.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
Oh, this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Pretty fitting we have our half and half Jimmy Fallon here too, because right now we're at about the halfway mark of our tour. So just a reminder to stay seated. At any point you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use the restroom, just pull that red cord and I'll come help you out. It's also fitting Jimmy's half hero, half villain, because so far we've been celebrating our heroes like our misunderstood hero, King Kong. The real heroes of filmmaking are directors, producers, actors, writers. So let's talk about some villains. Universal is famous for the horror genre. In fact, as we round this corner on the left, you're going to see this little lake. Originally, this was the Black Lagoon from Creature from the Black Lagoon. And the Creature is just one horror icon who got its start here. Pretty much all the greats: Dracula, Frankenstein, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Invisible Man. Who's right there? They all got their start in this next area that we call Little Europe. Now we call it that because we can dress this up to look like any European town we want, but really it could be absolutely anywhere. In fact, this year we celebrated the 90th anniversary of the movie The Mummy with Boris Karloff. Over 90 years ago, they filmed out here, but they dressed it up to look like Cairo, Egypt. There's also Tortuga for Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. It was the fictional country of Genovia for Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement. And it was The Perfect Afterlife for The Good Place with Kristen Bell and Ted Danson.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead. This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this really good.
I'm not supposed to be here.
So on your screen, you're seeing a yogurt shop that makes several appearances throughout the series. You can see how big it looks on camera, but it's kind of an optical illusion. They strategically added in the tables, chairs, umbrellas, even the flowers on the side of the building are totally fake. Because in reality, this is where they were filming. So you can see how small this set looks in real life, but by adding in our props and set dressings, we can take that and turn it into this. It's called The Bad Place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
Yeah, how can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
I think it is pretty awesome though. Over on the right, we call this area our Court of Miracles. The very first time the Frankenstein image was ever caught on film happened right over there. Now, Frankenstein was famously played by Boris Karloff, who also played the Mummy. But I have to give a shout out to Jack Pierce. He was the man who created the makeup for both of those productions. Because in the 20s and the 30s, for the most part, our actors did their own makeup. So here's Bela Lugosi, who played Dracula, doing his own makeup for the film. But a lot of people don't realize that in the book Frankenstein, Mary Shelley never describes what Frankenstein's monster is supposed to look like. So the iconic look of the flat top, the scars, the bolts, was created by this man here on your screens, Jack Pierce. Here he is making a mold of Boris Karloff's face. It's pretty crazy that over 91 years after he created this look, when we think of Frankenstein's monster, we immediately think of his work. Now, unfortunately, he never got an Oscar for makeup design, but that's just because the category didn't exist while he was alive. So, never got an Oscar, but does get a shout out on the studio tour, so just as good, right? Now, this was absolutely terrifying at the time. No one had ever seen any sort of prosthetics like this, which would have been fine, except for the fact that Frankenstein was not the only production that was filming on our lot at the time. So people would show up to work on other movies. They would see Boris Karloff walking around in makeup and freak out, totally lose their mind. People were fainting, seeing him. So basically this was everybody's reaction. Seriously, this really was so terrifying at the time. On your screens, This is Jack Pierce leading Boris Karloff to set with a burlap sack over his face. Because ultimately that was the only way he was allowed to travel to and from set, because they kept getting so many complaints about how terrifying his makeup was. Now, Universal has continued to revolutionize the horror genre. In fact, it looks like they might actually let us sneak inside of a soundstage where they've been working on a brand new horror film. But because this is a real set, we want to make sure that we're respectful of all of their stuff, so make sure we remember to remain seated, hold on to all of our belongings, keep our arms and legs inside the vehicle, all that good stuff. Now, this is a really cool set though, because right now it's decked out to look like a subway station in San Francisco, but if we want it to look like our train leaves this station and then arrives at a brand new station, we can just reuse the exact same set again. All we have to do is take out any references to San Francisco, any really identifiable props and set dressings, bring in all the new ones for whatever city we want to act like we've traveled to, film from a different angle, and that's going to give the illusion we've gone to an entirely different location, even though it's the exact same place you would have seen just minutes prior on screen. It's also incredibly convenient for production designers because Universal has one of the largest prop departments in all of Hollywood. So instead of having to buy all this stuff, they can just rent out the stuff that they're going to need for the amount of time that they're going to be filming. Then anything that's custom built. What I love about this scene, these guys are supposed to be on board that subway train we saw hit that pillar. This filmed in an entirely different soundstage. They're not moving at all. The camera guy just starts to shake the camera back and forth. And we cut it together with the footage of the event we just saw. Makes it look like same time, same place. I know that water was a bit intense, so we're gonna go somewhere to relax after all that craziness where the water is a lot more tranquil. We are at my favorite beach, Amity Island. Now, don't worry, they had some problems a while back with a shark, but you picked the perfect day to take the tour. Just this morning, the crew went out and caught that shark on the right. They're doing a final sweep now, too, so they pop out of the water. Let's give them a big wave. Hello. Oh, there they go. Oh, no, that's not the crew. That's a fin. That's a big fin, guys. Guys, you're still out there. Hey, buddy, you need to get back in the boat. Dude, get back in your boat right now. There's a shark heading right towards you. What is he doing? He's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about that. We're just gonna keep going. So it looks like we're cool. Looks like we're just gonna hide behind these giant, highly flammable barrels of gasoline. Someone is inexplicably lined up on the pier. Seems like a good idea. Uh-oh. The shark just took part of the pier. Let's hope it doesn't hit the gas tank. Wait a minute, guys. I'm looking out there. I don't see the shark anymore. Do you see the shark out there anywhere? bet the fire scared him off. Oh! Okay, maybe I was wrong. We just met the literal biggest horror icon of the 1970s. They were filming Jaws. Steven Spielberg started to call their shark Bruce because Bruce was the name of his attorney. Luckily for him too, his attorney worked hard for the shark.
It's actually much from a lion shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited. The shark was well enough for a while there. And things were close. So I did with the shark a lot.
The young Steven Spielberg kicking it on set with Bruce the Shark. The Jaws actually filmed on location at Martha's Vineyard, but this entire area on the left is a real set. That was Cabot Cove from Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury. The happiest show about murder ever. Last week they were filming an episode of Quantum Leap in the building coming up on the right. We call this our chicken ranch. This was Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch in the movie Best Little Warehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton, who was just inducted this year into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Go Dolly! But I love this was the same place where they filmed this scene of an episode of Quantum Leap in 1993. That same episode was also filming down the street that we're checking out now. We call this Colonial Street. If you watch Never Have I Ever, created by Mindy Kaling, films right out here. Love that show. Kind of bittersweet. The fourth and final season is going to be premiering June 8th. But even though we call this Colonial Street, I'm feeling a lot of you are going to recognize it as Wisteria Lane, home to ABC's Desperate Housewives.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good name.
This was really clever on their part. When they designed this road, they intentionally have it end in this roundabout, this little cul-de-sac area here. And the whole road is a giant S-curve. That way, no matter where they put the camera, it's always going to give the illusion that the street goes on a lot further than it actually does. Earlier I mentioned that we can rent out our studio space on each other's lots. Normally it's for like a few days or weeks, maybe a few months if it's a really big production. ABC rented out this part of our lot for 6 years. The entire run of Desperate Housewives. Nobody else was allowed to film out here, even when the show was on hiatus, which means it wasn't even filming. And because it is so iconically known as Wisteria Lane, some people have wondered if this entire area of our lot was built just for Desperate Housewives. It's existed for years. As though it looked in the movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks. It was also used in Casper with Christina Ricci. It was even Nellyville for Kelly Rowland and Nelly's music video, Country Grammar. On the right, though, as we exit, this is a great example of the facade, just this one flat wall this building is built. If you're a big fan of Desperate Housewives, you might remember in the second season, the whole plot line where Ingrid's house burns down. Through this, we just had an old facade out there that they wanted to get rid of. So the showrunner just had the writers write in a scene where the set burns down. Basically just have an excuse to get rid of it, then make the show pay to build them a brand new one. Looks smarter, not harder. But because it is just a facade, watch the scene. If you look close, you'll see the fire is just coming up from behind this one flat wall. Right here. That was also used for National Lampoon's Animal House. We use all of our lot for filming, even the road we're driving on now. In fact, this road is great because it's intentionally made bigger than a regular road so our trams can go by. That means when they're filming, they have plenty of room not only for their picture cars, but also for all of the equipment that they would need. It's speaking of picture cars, we're gonna check out a few more of our favorites. This time, they're coming up over on the right-hand side. This collection includes one of my favorites, Bumblebee from Transformers, as well as some vehicles from Austin Powers, one of our vehicles from Furious 7 too. We're really busy getting all the Fast and the Furious vehicles ready to promote Fast X that just premiered this past weekend. Such a good movie. They even have a garage out on our back lot specifically just to work on the Fast and the Furious vehicles. It's pretty cool. This year, Variety created a list of the 100 greatest films of all time, and according to their list, the #1 best movie ever made, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Over on the right, this is the Bates Hotel and the original Psycho house from the film. Now, in the movie, the Psycho house is supposed to be this giant mansion that's really cool. Okay, I definitely did not think that Norman Bates would actually be here. What's he doing? He's probably just helping to guess what their names. That's nice. Oh, that's not good. Okay, maybe he won't see us. I mean, there's only like 160 of us staring right at him. But as long as we don't wave, I think we're in the clear. And stop waving! I just told you not to wave! Stop! He's gonna see! Yay! Norman? We didn't see anything, so you just... Okay, never mind. He's got a knife. He's got a knife. We're gonna get out of here and... Norman? Norman, where are you going, buddy? Norman, I don't like the way that you're looking at the train. Norman? Norman, no! Did he get you, buddy? Oh, man, that was close. That was almost a complete disaster. In fact, that was almost as big a disaster as the epic disaster site from Paramount Pictures' War of the Worlds. We're going deep into the heart of one of the most impressive sets that has ever been constructed. The plane crash from the 2005 film War of the Worlds. And it's not surprising because it's still considered one of the greatest sets ever constructed. Not only was it dreamt up by one of the greatest directors of all time, Steven Spielberg, it had help from one of the greatest production designers of all time, Rick Carter, to execute his vision.
Airplane crash site set is perfectly set that is all designed around a vision that Steven has.
When we first began to sit down and talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down the right and it's beating everything? Because it's just something you don't see.
Now check it out. This is a real 747 that they brought out here just to be ripped apart and destroyed. They got a really good deal for it though. Airplanes have a certain number of miles that they're allowed to fly before they have to be retired. So there's this huge airplane graveyard out in the Mojave Desert. They were able to buy this for only about $60,000, which I think 747, that's a pretty good deal. Problem is it cost them over $200,000 to get it out here. So yeah, they get you the shipping and the handling every time, right? Over $250,000 for this set. It was only used in this one scene.
Oh, good. Listen now, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Get in.
Just a heads up, right now we are at about the 10-minute mark of our tour, so just a reminder, stay seated. Please don't use some selfie sticks. If you drop anything, we're going to pick it up and throw it onto the set. No, I'm totally kidding. If you drop anything or you just can't wait to use the restroom, just pull that red cord and they'll come back and help you out. Now, they could have easily used CGI to create this plane, but Steven Spielberg loves practical effects. In fact, some people ask how it's possible that the CGI for the original Jurassic Park films looks just as good as the CGI now, and that was back in the 90s. Well, for the most part, it's not CGI. Steven Spielberg had these little mechanical robots made right here. These little dinosaurs attacking. Those are actually puppets being operated by puppeteers. That Velociraptor, that is a big robot. This is actually pretty cool too. Since this is supposed to be an uninhabited island, there's supposed to be no humans walking around. There are hundreds of people on the crew leaving human footprints. Steven Spielberg said, no, my audiences are way too clever for that. That's not gonna fly. He had special shoes made that left velociraptor footprints instead, and everybody on the crew had to wear them. But to this day, this is considered one of the greatest animatronics ever constructed. This giant T-Rex, that is a huge robot. Now, the only problem is his skin was made out of silicone. Just about every time he attacked, it would be in the middle of a giant rainstorm. His skin started to absorb all of that water, and it started to make the gears kind of glitch out. At one point, the cast and crew were on break. This guy came to life by himself and started screaming. I can't think of anything more terrifying except for maybe having to be the guy who fixes the T-Rex, because in order to get to the gears, I had to crawl in through the T-Rex's mouth. Yeah. Now, Universal also has pioneered digital effects, CGI or computer-generated imagery. So they can add a few different CGI details, like they want to add in just a CGI character. There's actually a few different artists who work on that. They first create a wire frame, and then another set of artists will create the skin for it, and then an entirely different set of artists comes in to make the background. Now, probably my new favorite horror film combines the digital and practical effects perfectly to create an extraterrestrial alien invasion. A lot like this scene here, Jordan Peele's Nope. Now, I love this movie too because even though visually it is stunning, their audio is so good, their sound design. There are scenes that you can close your eyes and just listening to the audio is terrifying. So we're gonna show you what we're talking about. We're gonna check out these sets. So we drive through, look around, check out their production design, and when we stop, close your eyes and just listen to their audio.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the Winking Well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso Experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of an old rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center. Welcome to the world.
Actually filmed out on location in the desert in Santa Clarita, but Jordan Peele loves Universal and you guys so much. They painstakingly took every piece of the set out here and reassembled it exactly like it was in the movie, just for our tours. Speaking of the tour, we hope you... Oh. Sorry, I thought we were heading back to the theme park. You know how I mentioned we have that garage where we work on the Fast and Furious vehicles? This is it, but I'm not entirely sure what we're doing here. Give me just a second, I'm gonna call this in. In the meantime, you guys just remain seated, hold on to all your belongings, all that good stuff. Routed to the Sullivan garage, is that on purpose? Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right, they said that they're gonna patch us into a video call. I guess somebody's supposed to explain what's going on. You got an incoming call.
our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy, but it's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that third row, like I was saying. So look, see over there? That's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. That work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, Roman, one. All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
Wait, for real? Oh, this is awesome. These guys had a race earlier today and won. They are famous for their race day after parties. I mean, I'm talking like the premier parties in Hollywood. And it looks like we just got added to the guest list.
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Him?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. I got you. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. I'll just escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Try to move that vehicle.
Oh, okay, we'll move.
It's about to get real interesting.
I don't have a very good feeling about this.
Mona
Tell you what, you guys still have those 3D glasses I'm giving you, right? Go ahead, put on your glasses. Conveniently, they double as protected eye here, so they will stay in the shoes in case they run into any issues. I mean, we should be fine because they were going to hide in the secret underground level of our Jurassic parking structure. I don't think anybody's going to find us in here, but just in case, you all have your glasses on, right? Good, so just remain calm, remain collected, and most importantly, remain seated at all times. With your arms and legs inside the vehicle, holding on tightly to all of your belongings.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn. Okay, guys, it's showtime!
next to the tram, they have a QR code that you can scan. You can get a ticket off of exclusively from Fandango too to check out the movie. But now we are heading back to the theme park. Once again, I've been your guide, Elena, and your driver's been the phenomenal Jared. Everybody give it up for Jared! You have been absolutely incredible. We hope you enjoyed your tour. To our annual pass holders, thanks so much for coming back and joining us. And if you're not an annual pass holder, you can check out any of the upgrade kiosks throughout the park. They'll tell you how you can upgrade today's ticket to an annual pass, then you can come back and hang out with us all year long. As we're approaching the unload area, make sure you gather up all of your belongings to take with you. Don't forget to recycle your 3D glasses on the way out. And most importantly, have a wonderful day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital